In case you're wondering what my teaching style looks and sounds like, I created a little video, I guess, of clips of me teaching the Talking the Talk course so you can see what my style's like. You can see some of the words I use and the different examples and PowerPoint slides that come up too that help me explain the anatomy better and go through all the body parts, and you can see some of the jokes I share and fun little things that make it easier for your child to watch with you. Okay, so go ahead and watch those videos next. Well, hello there and welcome. My name is Jen, and I am here to take you and your parent or whoever enrolled you in this wonderful course on a journey of learning about a special time in your life called puberty. This is through it, know what to expect, what's normal, what's not normal, so that's why you're here. So here we go. So what we're going to do is I'm going to be showing you a diagram of a girl growing up into a woman. And it's just a diagram. It's not a real photo, okay? So here it is. Okay, so what I want you to pay attention to is what's different about the girl on the left all the way to the woman on the right. What do you see is different? What is changing? Go ahead and stop the video and talk to your parent or parents now and tell them what changes you notice. Here's another wrapper to a pad, okay? And what you do with pads is when you open up the container, these are kind of like the liners, but bigger, okay? So they'll look like this. And again, these have the stickers on the back, and you just take all the stickers off and lay them into your panties, okay? And some of them will have wings, these little flaps that come off of the sides. These are called wings on the sides here. And these wrap around the panties also and keep and secure it in place, all right? Now, when you are changing a pad, you never flush a pad down a toilet. Never, ever, 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 ever. The number one most common question that young girls have about periods is simply, what is a period for? Why do I need a period? And that's a really good question and a simple one. And let me explain a little more why. So periods are actually a part of the reproductive process, and it's necessary in order to have babies. So I'm going to show you again a picture of the woman's reproductive system. Remember this? Okay, so what happened? So what we're going to do is actually take a look at what a testicle looks like. So don't try this at home, but let's imagine we cut one in half. Now what you can see in this image is something called the seminiferous tubules. I know, what a crazy word. Seminiferous tubules. And what those are these channels of tubes that actually become the sperm-making factory when a young boy goes through puberty and starts to become a man. He will make about, get ready for this, 1,000 sperm every single second from when he hits puberty till the day he dies. Start to swim on their road trip. And they're going to jump on this special tube called the vas deferens. The vas deferens you can think of as the freeway. That's the freeway. So the sperm jump on the freeway onto the vas deferens. And along the way, they're like, man, this is really far. I'm hungry. I want to stop and get something. Because if you were going on a road trip, let's face it, there's a couple things you're going to want with you. One, your car needs something. It needs gas or fuel. And then you are going to want food, water, some snacks, right? So let's imagine that the sperm stop at the gas station to pick up their fuel or their energy. Except it's not gasoline they're picking up. They're picking up something called fructose, okay? And it's likely and it's pretty common for when the boys start to make this fluid for the first time that it may leak out at night during their sleep sometimes. And there's a fancy word for that. It's called a nocturnal emission, or its nickname is called a wet dream. And these now we've learned about the boys' bodies and the girls' bodies. And because you learned about both of them, we heard about how girls have eggs, how boys have sperm, and that both are needed to make a baby. But you might be wondering, how in the world do the two get together? If there are sperm waiting for the egg, they will have a chance to enter the egg and fertilize it. Now, a lot of people believe that when conception happens, it's the first sperm that gets there that wins. And it's not exactly that simple. Now, once the egg travels through the tube, you can see in this next picture here is what it looks like when the sperm are around the egg. Now, the sperm are so small, you guys. They're so small you need a microscope to see them, right? So it's like when they get to the egg, it's huge to them. It's actually, the sperm are 1,000 times smaller than that egg. So when they get the egg cell, or the ovum or ova, okay, is fertilized by the man's sperm, it will start to make a copy of itself while it's floating down the tube, okay? So the one cell now that's complete is going to make a copy of itself and go bloop and make 2 cells. And then that happens in just 24 hours, you guys. So the first 24 hours, it's going to split and divide and make 2 cells. Then the next 24 hours, those 2 cells split and make 4 cells. Oh, and welcome to the question box. You're here, you found us. I wanted to film a quick video and let you know how to use the question box. First of all of your questions are anonymous. Yes, anonymous. That means you don't have to put your name. How cool is that? Anonymous questions are answered in our live Facebook event that will be hosted at the end of each month. And just look to the side of this page to see when the next scheduled live event will be. And in the Facebook live event is where we'll answer all of these questions. Also, what happens in talk class needs to stay in talk class. That means that whatever we talk about in our question bag or box isn't something that you need to go tell everyone at school you learned the next day. This is my favorite part of this whole presentation, is how to handle peer pressure. So when someone wants you to do something and you don't want to do it, there are certain words you don't want in your vocabulary. I call them wishy-washy words. And wishy-washy words are words that don't have a lot of power behind them. They are filler words. We use them constantly. And